This nation wants to show our appreciation to those who've worn the uniform of our nation, who've defended our liberty. One of the best ways we can is to help them when they come back to our country to make sure they have a job. And we have to be aggressive about it. So absolutely, there are skills that we have to make sure that they've learned in the military that they can use in their civilian life, and to make sure that those connections are made. And we got to help. We got to give them preference, and we got to make sure that we find jobs for them.
That was Senator Ben Cardin sharing his thoughts about our veterans getting jobs. And joining us today is Mark Testoni, President and Chief Executive of SAP National Security Services, to tell us about some training programs that are helping veterans transition into the workforce. Welcome, Mark. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
So it was interesting what we were talking about off air. Not all veterans are created equally. That's what you said. And what exactly does that mean when it comes to getting them into the job force?
You know, Sarah, a lot of veterans come out and they might have acquired degrees, they might have great technical skills they learned as part of their military service, and they generally don't have the problem finding employment. In fact, many times they have many suitors. We are targeting those that may not have those skills. A lot of those young men and women that came in right out of high school, a lot of the folks that were in combat or directly in support, a lot of deployments, they might not have a degree, they might not have the same skills that they picked up in the military. They're hard to translate, and often their resumes end up not being very competitive. So that's what we try to address, is that group.
Okay. What is it about the skill set that military members have that translates well into the workforce?
What makes the military members great to me is that focus on mission. They know how to work in a team really well. I mean, that's kind of a challenge for some of our young folks growing up. They've learned that. And they know they have each other's backs. So you take those kinds of things, kind of the street smarts that you pick up in the military, and then what we try to do is layer technical skills that are in high demand, specifically SAP IT skills. So we put them through a very rigorous training and then pop them out the other end, taking the good skills they got in the military, adding these great technical skills, and out the end comes a very employable consultant. We've had a high success with it.
Are you also helping them be placed in jobs?
Yes, ma'am. That's part of it.
Okay.
As Vice Admiral Joe Kernan, who's the chairman of our nonprofit, we established a nonprofit to do this called NS2 Serves, or ns2serves.org. We established that basically to do this, and he's the chairman, and he always says that the job isn't finished until we actually get them in a job. So we can train them, we can do a lot of great things, but until they're employed, and many of these young men and women that come to us are unemployed when they come, or have, for long periods of time. Until we have them a job, we really haven't done the job.
Very important work you do, and you speak from experience. You were in the Air Force for 20 years.
Yes, I was. So.
What was that transition like for you?
Well, it's interesting. Transition is very difficult for a lot of folks, any of us, because we spend 20, 10, 4, 6 years being trained on how to break things or project power, and then we're generally given 2 weeks of transition. Right. So it's kind of a tough off-ramp, and you lose a lot of those support systems and the team that you were with in the military. So we try to address that in our training as well and help the folks do that.
How do veterans connect with you?
Very easily. They can go to our website, as I mentioned, ns2serves.org.
Okay.
All the information about our program is in there. They can apply. It's a fairly easy process, and we have another class starting 31 August of this year, and we'll be selecting 20 young men and women to participate in that.
Great.
We're excited about it.
And what is your success rate like?
We've done 3 classes. We've had 56 young men and women go through, and every one of them has had an employment opportunity. So we like to think we're batting pretty well on that regard.
That's a good, very important service.
One last comment if I could make. If there are
please.
companies that would be interested in participating, either hiring veterans or getting involved, this is an area, investing back in these veterans is critical. Although it seems like it's hard work, what you get at the other end is great. So again, the companies can take a look on our website and reach out to me personally through there.
That's great. Helping them get on that path to success. Thank you for contributing to it.
Thank you, Sarah, for your time.
Absolutely.